Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our daily get-together live here on Facebook every single day of the week. What is it? 10:30 in the morning, where we get together and examine headlines, topics, suggestions, questions, ideas, anything that can help us have a better life here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. Of course, today is Sunday, so that means that we're not going to discuss any news at all. Today is Sunday Funday. No one is spared. Nothing is sacred. Today, we allow ourselves to be completely silly, or as silly as we're going to allow ourselves to be. And that's what's going to happen today. If today is the first time that you join us, please let us know that you're new by writing the word new in your comments. And if you have any specific comments that you want to share with everybody or you want to bring up during the broadcast, please add the letter Q at the beginning of your comment. And if you're just chatting among yourselves, that's perfectly fine. Grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of your favorite beverage, and let us have a great time for the next 35 minutes or so. Let me take a quick look at your comments to see who's in the house. Let's see. These are the tricky comments. Good morning, Cluster, says Claude. And your comment is not showing up, but I'm seeing it. Trust me, I'm seeing it. Raymond says, Happy Sunday Funday from Conchas, Chinas. There you are. Morning, everyone, says Brenda Lee. It's great to see you. Location. Yes, we are at Hotel Mercurio this morning because after we go to Hotel Mercurio, we're going to go feed the horses at El Jorullo today. Logan, where are you, Miss Logan? I'm waiting for you, Logan. I thought you were going to be my guest today at the show. Logan ended up having a small little emergency at work. But if we are lucky, if we are ever so lucky, Logan will join us halfway through the broadcast. And if not, then we are going to go feed the horses today. More of you watch Closure. This is so cool. I've been in touch with my son-in-law, the director, and we are going to definitely put together a panel discussion just for us. They're very excited and very grateful for this. And let's see who else is in the house. Oh, we wouldn't have Sunday Funday without Michael and his crocodiles. Thank you very much for joining us. Hermanita, te quiero mucho, my sister from Mexico City. It is always a pleasure to see you. I should tell you, my dear sister, today we're going to be vulgar. So, agárrate. Anyhow, today is Sunday. We have a few things scheduled that I want to tell you about, and we might as well get started because we have to get started. We don't usually do news on Sunday, but I found two headlines that I absolutely loved. One of them was suggested by one of you, which was absolutely fabulous. This came from Mexico City. Let me get rid of these comments if I can. There you go. In Mexico City, the subway is a very crowded place, and some of the subway cars have been set aside only for women, and this is a safety precaution. And apparently, in this particular day, some ladies that were traveling on the front car of the subway were leaning against the wall, and all of a sudden they heard some moaning and groaning coming from the conductor's cabin. And of course there are no windows to look in there, but they just heard some heavy breathing, shall we say. And all of a sudden, apparently, the subway stopped and they saw a woman leave the cabin, which clearly indicates that the subway driver was doing the deed with his lady friend while he was conducting or driving the subway. And of course, the women were all outraged. They pulled the alarm. The subway stopped. The police came and they reported this incident. And of course, this is all captured in beautiful, glorious video for all of us to be amused by it. I think the lesson that we learn here is that if you're going to do the deed, if you're going to do the pickle tickle while you're driving the subway, just play some banda music for background so that you won't get busted. Of course, I'm being silly. As you know, it is probably completely irresponsible to be driving the subway while you're stooping or stooping while you're driving the subway. And I wanted to share that headline with you. And that's one of two headlines. The second headline that I want to share is this one that comes from President López Obrador. And this one requires some explaining. Let me get on board. There we are. Okay, so there is this gentleman, Salgado Macedonio, who I believe was a governor of one of the states, and he wants to go ahead and continue his political career, but he is also accused of harassment, sexual harassment to a woman or women. I'm not entirely sure, but the president of Mexico, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, has been getting a lot of flack for not stopping this guy from continuing his career as a politician. So he was questioned. Our president was questioned in one of his morning press conferences, and his response was a very common, very typical Mexican or Spanish phrase, which is "ya chole." Now, "ya chole" is absolutely delicious, and I think you should learn "ya chole" because if you were in Mexican or Spanish-speaking social circles that are familiar with this situation, it's been repeated quite a bit. What does "ya chole" mean? Well, "ya chole" means I've had enough. I've had enough. That's what it means, and it's a perfectly nice expression. You can use it at the dinner table. How would you use it? Like, you know, if you're tired of hearing somebody whine and complain about something, you turn around and you say, "Ya chole," you know? All these people that are complaining about prices, "Ya chole." All these people that are still counting the number of people that are not wearing face masks as you're walking down the street, "Ya chole, ya chole." "Ya chole" is like, it's like Donna Summer singing "Enough is Enough," you know, that kind of a thing. So feel free to use "ya chole" whenever your best friend has been whining too much about something. Feel free to use "ya chole" whenever your nephew keeps insisting that you play Nintendo with him. No, actually, that would not be very kind. Don't do that to your nephew. Use "ya chole" in any situation in which you have been bothered by something or someone, and you're going to love it. Jorge says, "Nunca había escuchado eso. Debe ser una frase nueva." No, it is not a new phrase. My sister, of course, shows her age, and she quotes the fabulous song by Donna Summer, "Enough is Enough." Donna Summer and Barbara Streisand, of course. "Ya chole" is like "ya basta." Thank you, Matthew. It was Matthew who contributed the Mexico City hanky-panky incident, and I was so very happy to share it with everybody. Jesse asks, "Oh, yeah, totally love it. My husband and kids will be hearing this." There you go, Stephanie. This is the way to do. Jesse, you must have arrived a little late. I am at Hotel Mercurio, the gay hotel that is property of my dear, dear, dear friend Paul Christ, where Sunday drag brunch has already started. I am here for a couple of reasons. First of all, because I had to do some photography work at the hotel yesterday, and because this morning the three drag queens that are going to perform today are dressed up as Charlie's Angels, and I'm going to do an iconic photo in which one of them is holding a cocktail shaker, the other one is holding a frying pan, and the one in the middle is just fixing her lipstick, of course. So this is going to be a fun day. We're going to do a quickie, excuse me, photo shoot. And then we're going to go feed the horses at El Jorullo. And I'll talk about the horses at El Jorullo in just a second. Let me take a look at your comments. Boom, bidding, bam, boom, bam, bam. Nailed on the railway. I love it. Doesn't that conductor know that all the tickling takes place in the last car? Well, I could tell you anecdotes about the last car in Mexico City subway, but that was a long time ago. And my sister's here. I would not tell you my adventures in the Mexico City subway while my sister is watching the show. Next, I had mentioned to you a couple of days ago that I am very happy to have received more penises. More penises came from you, and I want to start with this one that I think is absolutely delicious. Penis bread. Penis bread. Maybe we can talk to our very own baker in the house so that he will bake some penis bread for us. And I thought I would share that with you if you ever feel inspired. Logan, where are you? Come here. I miss you. I want you. You're just around the corner. Anyhow, we have the penis bread, and I wanted to share that with you. Now, the next penis photograph that I want to show you is very, very dear to my heart. Very, very much so, because this penis photograph is my very own cactus. My baby cactus finally decided to become a boy. Check him out. Look, he's got two tiny itty bitty balls that grew out of nowhere. He did not have those when it was first gifted to me by my next door neighbor, Dina. She gave me this itty bitty cactus, and then he decided to become a boy. He grew balls. So I was going to throw him a gender reveal party and decided instead to get him a bigger house so that he could grow even taller and pricklier and ballsier than he already is. Isn't that a beauty? You wouldn't think that we get cacti here in the tropics, but yeah, you can raise a cactus here in the humidity, and they grow up very, very well. And I am so excited that my baby cactus now has a bigger house, and of course he has his balls that descended from where? Well, if they had stayed a little higher, I would have thought that this was a girl cactus, but no, it is a boy cactus. Gender reveal party, that was my original intention, Kathleen, but I figured, I talked to the cactus. It's like, dude, you can either have a party or you can have a bigger size underwear, maybe. So yes, that cactus is a real prick. I know. If it's a boy's, will the balls be blue? Well, if I play too closely with him, that's probably going to be the case. The next penis that I'm going to show you is another personal penis, actually. This was a sad story because my friend Jorge, I've known my friend Jorge for over 10 years now. He's a dear, dear, dear friend of mine. He's an artist and an artisan and a carpenter. And I met him 10 years ago. He lives in Tepic. And I met him because he wanted to pose for me. Some of you may know that I do, more personal portraits from time to time. So Jorge has been traveling to Puerto Vallarta pretty much every year for the last 10 years. And every time he comes down, he stays with me and we have a really good time together and so forth and so on. And, and he's a beautiful friend inside and out. And I've really, really enjoyed his friendship because he allows me to get close to him with my camera. And to me, that is a very beautiful, intimate experience. Well, Instagram was not happy. And it was not that photograph that I just showed you. It was another photograph that I took of him right here at Hotel Mercurio, as a matter of fact. And I posted this other photograph, and because it had a full frontal thing going on, Instagram said to me, you know what? No, you cannot do that. So they took the photograph away, but I'm going to show it to you because we figured we would share some penises today. And this is the other photograph that I took of Jorge. Needless to say, I'm not going to show you the full Monty because I don't want YouTube to get on my case and I don't want Facebook to get on my case. Instead, I put a little icon of baby Luna in front of the matter at hand. So if you want to pursue my more central, darker side, it's all on my Instagram. I don't think I'd ever attempted to put a full frontal photograph on Instagram. And I said to my friend Jorge, do you think they're gonna get frumpy? And he said, well, there's only one way to find out. And lo and behold, I posted the photograph and they removed it not even 3 hours later. So I figured, I'm a guest at Instagram, and screw Instagram, marry me, Jorge. Well, Jorge has a boyfriend now, so I'm very, very, very happy for him, because he's a beautiful man and he deserves just the most wonderful things going for him. And I look forward to his next visit, when we'll hopefully have a good time to work with him again in front of the camera. Kathleen, I'm so glad that you're here and you're enjoying the lighting, because when Todd the churner becomes a woman for What a Drag, we have to capture some amazing portraits, because he will be very, very happy to hopefully keep those for memory and whatever. Let me take a look at any other comments you may have. There's heavy breathing in the room. It was not something I said, I hope. Let's see what else. Logan says, mi carpintero. He may have been your carpintero, baby, but he's already taken. What can I tell you? Logan is sneaking on me because he was going to do the show with me, and clearly you're going to watch the rest of the show from your villa. So I'm going to go into the Logan section of the show, because this is the last thing that I wanted to share with you. And as you know, Logan and I have had a long-standing friendship with Juan Caballos, who's one of the horseback riding tour providers in El Grullo, which is up the Rio Quale. And most of you know that last summer, when the pandemic started getting ugly, Juan reached out and said, we're probably going to sell the horses because we don't even have money to feed them. And Logan decided to start doing an informal fundraising campaign, and I jumped in to help him set it up. Long story short, we have been helping the horse community at El Jorullo with money, enough money to feed the horses and make sure that they are in good health, I mean. And so once a month we go up there and we hang out with Juan, and we hang out with his friends, and we continue to raise money for that. And I will leave the link in the show notes in case you're interested in it. But this whole thing has to do with Juan Caballos. Where is my little, can I do one of those things? Well, let me show you Juan. This is Juan Caballos. He's a good friend. He's now, I don't even know how old Juan is. I think he must be in his late 40s or his early 50s. He's a true, authentic, bona fide horseman, cowboy of the Mexican tropics. He is the nicest guy. He's friendly. He is flirty, and he's a ladies' man, but he's still very flirty. And we love hanging out with him. So a typical Sunday, just in case you're curious, goes like this. I finish the broadcast, and then I go and meet Logan at a place in El Libramiento, from which we start walking all the way to El Moro Paraíso, which is this fabulous restaurant where we love to go and eat and hang out, and it's outdoors, and it is really, really fun. And James asks, is Caballo his real name? No, it is not, but I hear that he is hung like one. Oh my God, did I really say that? I suppose I did. Never mind. Anyhow, on a typical Sunday, we'll be walking to the restaurant where we meet with him, and it takes about an hour to walk there, and it's a great flat walk. I've shown it before in one of the walking tours, and I totally recommend it because it's an easy, short way to get out of the city real fast. Anyhow, the walk usually goes all the way, and along the way, many times we run into the horsemen doing the tours. And so we do that, and then we hang out at the restaurant and we enjoy ourselves. And then on the way back, we usually have a cab bring us back into the city. So let me show you first what happens as we go there, and as we come back, you will see the horsemen very happily carrying all the, hey, all the hay for the horses to eat, and it looks like this. Hello.
Hello.
Enjoy the ride, papacito. ¿A qué horas vamos por el pan, papacito?
Ahorita a las 3.
So that was on the way in. And here we go on the way back. We're riding on our cab, and we see them very happily carrying their hay. So we decided let's do a little action video. And there goes our sexy stuntman Juan Caballos in the front with his colleague in the back. Merry Christmas. I don't remember that being Christmas, but that's what he said. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, we've had enough cocktails that I was singing Indiana Jones music. So that's what happens before, and that's what happens after. But in between, we're usually hanging out at the restaurant. Yes, papazotes. Yes, it's real, authentic men of the mountains, men of the jungle. And if I may do a shameless plug, James, the one nice thing about getting a horseback riding tour from this community is that these are the real horsemen. These are not people that were hired from elsewhere to conduct a horseback riding tour. This is the real deal. Anyhow, that's what happens before. That's what happens after. In the middle, we usually hang out at the restaurant, and we eat and we drink and we eat, and sometimes we drink and sometimes we drink. And Juan Caballos, I see, Karen, that you want to see the link. I'll put it up in the show notes unless Logan would be kind enough to find the URL and post it here. I don't have it handy, I'm afraid, but I will put it on the show notes. Anyhow, sometimes while we're sitting down, Juan will get he will get philosophical, and he will start musing about life and this, that, and the other. And quite frequently, he muses about sexy/sexual things. So one of the last times that we went, I happened to have the phone out, and I took this short video of Juan sharing some pearls of wisdom, which I think you will enjoy. And before I share them with you, no, I don't post this as a way to mock him. I post this because it is endearing how real his mindset and his feeling and thinking is. Take a look.
Una de las mentiras más grandes del mundo es decir, cuando tú quieres convencer a alguien de que dices, préstame y mañana te pago. Y dices, ok, ahí está, te prestas. Y la otra mentira más grande también es, ándale, la pura cabecita. Y convences, porque es algo que dices, ok, está bien. Un poquito, pero cuando está ya empezado, nomás la puntita, se va, ¿no? Y es algo convincente y es mentira. Es mentira.
So that is Juan and his wonderful pearls of wisdom. Needless to say, we love hanging out with him. We love hanging out with that community. Every time we go to Moro Paraíso, that's the name of the restaurant. I saw some of you asking about this. Every time we go there, also these girls, this little girl and her brother, I think they're brothers and sister. They come over to the tables at the restaurant, and they're always selling candy. And because I'm always high, I get the munchies, so I'm always happy to have a good source of candy when I'm out there. And yes, I did say that I'm always high, but I'm not always high. Actually, when I go to Moro Paraíso, it's one of the few places where I enjoy being under the influence, and I am outdoors. But I wanted to share that with you, and needless to say, today I'm also schlepping my my camera and my microphone in case Juan goes again and gets inspired and shares more wisdom with us. Let me take a quick look at some of your comments. Oh, Lordy. Logan is right. We only planned on helping them out for 4 months, but thanks to everybody's generosity, we have enough funds in the coffees to keep feeding them through the end of April 2021. And you know, you fall in love with these communities. And for me, I know that I have said harsh words about nonprofits in the past, and that has to do with my own personal experience. The bottom line is we all find ways and mechanisms through which we can help make a difference. For me, having direct action in this situation, thanks to the kindness of, thanks to Logan's kindness, he's allowed me to be part of his project. You know, it's a really great way to make a difference that I can see in the lives of a few individuals. Let's see what else we have here. Great idea. It sounds like a wonderful experience, and you're helping a community. We have a lot of fun doing it. What is the name of the restaurant? It's Moro Paraíso. It's right against the river. It's a really wonderful Mexican-style restaurant. Julie is also doing a plug for Rancho El Charro in Playa Grande. I've never been. I would love to go. Julie, if you have ties with that place, please let me know, and maybe we can plan a little outing or something. Let's see what else we have here. Just the tip. I know, we've all heard that one. Let's see what else. Joey and Isaac, who live out there, I love one. He's such an amazing person. He is woke. Okay, let's see what else again. Name of ranch again. I don't know if that refers to the one that I go to or the other one. Matthew says penile pearls of wisdom. That would be a PPW, I suppose. The candy children, yes, we call them Hansel and Gretel. And we love feeding them. Every time I see the little girl approaching the table, I do one of these. And she does it back at me, and it's really, really, really funny. James asks, was he inspired by tequila? I've never seen Juan drink tequila. He's a beer boy, a beer man. Let me see what else. How far from El Rio Barbecue is the restaurant, asks Dale. Well, if you're driving, it's not even 10 minutes past. If you are walking, it'll probably take about 35, 40 minutes from El Rio Barbecue. Juan is also easy to look at, sweet eye candy, absolutely Karen. He is a handsome, sexy, sencillo man. We love Juan. We love Juan. The one where Juan works, asks Stephanie. Thank you very much for that. Juan he's not working at any specific ranch. The way to arrange a horseback ride with him is by calling him on the telephone. And again, I have the links to all of that at home. I will add them to the show notes after today's broadcast. And after today's broadcast is almost here. As always, I want to thank you so much for your time on this crazy little Sunday Funday that we've put together for you. I hope you had a good time. I hope you laughed a little bit. I hope you enjoyed the peni. And I hope you enjoyed a little bit of the humor that we shared with you. Tomorrow, Monday, as usual, we come back with news and some leisure stuff. And we will have to see what those news are like. Again, if you remember, last Sunday we didn't hear from our governor regarding COVID. Maybe this Sunday we will, and maybe we'll have news from Jalisco tomorrow. If not, we will certainly have other kinds of news to share with you. Between now and then, I thank you, as always, for being part of this community, for joining me whenever you can, for your comments, for your questions and your suggestions. It is all so much appreciated. I hope you have a great, great Sunday, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. Have a good day.